Hi guys, welcome back to another P3D version 5 video. This time we are revisiting the aircraft from my first video, the Milviz 737-200. And we are once again donning the Benny Home livery of British Airways. I couldn't unfortunately find an Aer Lingus livery, because we are here now at Dublin Airport. This is the Payware airport from Aerosoft, not the MK Studios one, which was pulled from the store, but the only one that's still available, and which I had been aiming to buy, or I had been aiming to buy the MK Studios one, but that one, since that one was pulled, I waited quite a bit, so I got this the Aerosoft one instead, since there was a sale now. But it's yeah, it's not the best one. It's a bit of a combi. I used a different AFCAD, so I haven't been able to yet get the GSX to work because yeah, it's all a bit messy. The problem with the original one was it's an FSX P3D native airport, so it doesn't really have like the ground textures weren't really working, so that's why I needed a different AFCAD. But at least like the buildings and most of the stuff seems to work. Some added jetways here, as you can see, and then yeah, some of the original jetways are at the other gates. But I mean, it does look reasonably functional. The AFCAD was pretty good. I've been tweaking it a bit, so let's see. I also say it because you do have the new runway with that one, runway 28. Is it right? Maybe I think it's this one that's reopened. So I'm thinking if at some point I'll tweak that and add that back in. But let's see. So yeah, if you want to see a proper introduction to the Milviz one, go and look at my first video with the takeoff from Gatwick. This one we're just doing a short one from Ireland, Dublin, Ireland to Cardiff. VOR flight. In terms of payware, I don't yet actually have Ireland from Orbex, but I do have the Priosoft Dublin. I got that as well, since it was also on a sale. So I got that. Unfortunately, I won't be able to see it because of the fog and the rain. But yeah, that's just a minor inconvenience. And then for Cardiff, we do have the airport from Orbex, and then we do have True Earth. I think it's True Earth South UK. That's the one covering most of Wales, at least. So yeah, we won't unfortunately have a GSX. I tried to get it to work, but I haven't had time to just do that. So we'll be flying without GSX. I will though. Let me see if I can open. I think I can open the door from here. Yeah, I'll just open that so I can put on the Pack X. So at least we get some. Oh, that's the wrong ICAO that way. So we get some immersion. And I've already loaded up the flight or the fuel and all of that stuff, so we don't have to do that. Not gonna. Oh, sorry, flight number. That's 275. Cruise altitude gonna be quite low. Should be a short flight. I just think this aircraft deserved a flight point to point. So hence why I'm doing it again. Let's see, British Airways, right? That's what we're flying. Safety, and then British Airways. There we go. So now we're getting some sounds. Let's see if we can get this started. We get the batteries on and the ground power. So one thing I've done since last time is I've actually added, since the weather radar wasn't working, I was thinking of because you can add like an FMC here, but I wasn't sure how to connect that to the autopilot on this one, because you don't have a like a GPS or nav button for that. So my idea was I would instead just keep the VR flying, and then, you know, if I wanna fly like a SID or similar, I could use the GTN 650 by RXPN in order to do that. Let me just decrease the volume a bit. So yeah, I have that now here, and you don't get a weather radar unfortunately, but you do get a terrain map mode. So that's pretty cool, I think. That works quite well. And it's nice because you can at least put your flight plan into this and compare it. So and it looks nicer, I think, as well to have it here. It's not like perfectly flush, but it's quite good enough. Maybe in the future I'll also add like a 2D weather radar here on this panel. I'm not sure though. I think it's a bit immersion breaking with some of these 3D planes when you add these extra stuff that don't look too good. It's fine with the planes that aren't that as good looking, of course, but not as nice with the other ones. Let's put on no smoking sign. We can put on the dampener. There's no nav configuration, so we don't need to do that. We can put that so we have the flight altitude. And what else do we need to do? We can check quickly, see what our altimeter should be. 990. So let's get that to 990. Then we can insert our flight plan here, just so we have it. We're not using SIDs, we're just gonna be flying directly to VORs. I think that's easier with the pilot to ADC as well. So we're flying STU. The range might be a bit of a problem, so let's see if that's too far, but at least we'll know. We'll see it here so we can track it. Then we're doing beacon. And then we are doing EGFF. We are landing on runway 30, so we can just load the approach for that one, I think. But let's first make sure we get it right here with pilot to ADC. I think it's Speedbird, right, with British Airways, so I'm just gonna do that. Then we'll import the flight plan. Or maybe I already did actually, now that I realized. So we do have it imported. It's pretty nice, you can see here on Pilot ADC also where you have the different VORs. So I was a bit able to plan my flight through that. What we'll also do is we'll do the approach. I don't think we should do Z. Oh, maybe. Can you connect somehow? So what's the... Okay, you can do that one, but maybe easier just with the vector, right? Because then they'll vector us in, basically. So that should be good. So that's nice. We can connect to the sim. Let's see that it saved our call sign. Yeah, there we go. Speedbird is saved, so that's good. We can file the flight plan as well. Let's see if it works now with this airport file that I'm using. A bit interesting seeing that. The interesting part is that these comes with the AFCA. They look quite a bit like the GSX jetways, but there's no like GSX file that came with. At least I don't think so. Let me just check. I'm just check separately. Then that would be an easy one. Just realized, of course, that I hadn't checked that. No. No JSX files, that's a bit unfortunate, but okay, we can live without that. We have filed the flight plans, let's oh sorry about that. Oh, here we have the oxygen supply. Seems to be unpressable though, so that's a bit unfortunate. Okay, let's ask for IFR clearance. Speedbird 4003, ready to copy IFR clearance. Okay. Climb 4,000 feet. Okay. Okay, that one is working. Let's remember to check that, or maybe we don't need to double check that.
Speedbird 4003 is cleared to Echo Golf Foxtrot.
We can start the APU, I would say.
4,000 feet. Expect higher
No,
clearance
that was a bit
2 minutes
extreme.
after departure.
Quick start.
Approach on 133.27. Squawk 3522.
Should we have some panel lining maybe? Ew, it looks really gross, this plane. Not as bad as the Captain Sim ones, but yeah, not the best either.
Altimeter is 2923 ground on 121.8 speed.
And it's funny though how you can still see like 737-800, it's the same, right? It looks the same. Crazy. I mean, or not exactly the same, but you know, you can see this commonalities, the similarities between the 737-800 and the Max, and all the way back to this one, to the Jurassic 737-200. Squawk, I'm just checking squawk as well, 3522, okay, 3522, and you'll see that we're squawking, where is it? There, 3522, we can put that to TARA. I think some of these buttons are related to the supposed to be connected weather radar, which we don't have. We have vectors, so we can just load approach. We don't have to activate it. We can activate it at then and just have a look that it looks reasonable, and it does. It does look reasonable, so that's good to see. We know that our first VR is 1113. 1113. Let me see, 1113.10 with a course of 153. Let's put that in. We're probably too far away. We can put this on 340, that should be our the runway track.
We're ready to go when you are.
Okay. Okay, they're ready to go when you are. You can see here also the zero fuel and the fuel weight of our airplanes. We're not that light today, quite heavy. I can put that to heading. Let me see, did we get the... I think the APU is working now. So let's just make sure that these are correctly set up, which they seem to be. The window heat. So again, the APU bleed. I don't think these should be on with the Jurassic, but I'm not gonna start tweaking that. What else? We can put on some windshield wipers. As you can see, we do have rain effects, so that's pretty cool. You can see it is cleaning it. So that's actually nice. One up against the Captain Sim version, which I'm hoping to show you in one of my upcoming videos. But that is a pretty good version actually, with that total overhaul mod. Let's see, maybe these heats, do they need to be on? It can't hurt to have them on. Fuel heats, galley should probably be on. What's this residual volt? Oh, you can't move that one. But okay, yeah, that should be the major things. I'm wondering, can we do push back here? We might have to use the ground crew because GSX ain't working, right? So I'll have to go silent when I do that. Let's see here, wing wheel positions, they are on, anti-collision on. Gravel protection. Oh. Interesting. We can have that as off. Okay, so yeah, you can have the gravel protection kit. I didn't know I had it on this one, but can you see it somewhere? Doesn't look. Well, oh yeah, I'm not gonna care too much about that. In terms of starting, we need to have this valve armed. Fasten seatbelt sign should go on. I'll ask for pushback clearance. Speedbird 4003, ready for pushback. Oh, sorry, and then I'm gonna close this door.
Pushback approved Speedbird 4003.
And then what we'll do is just quickly check that pack X is, yeah, pre-flight, perfect.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard flight
So let's
275.
ask
Our
for
flight time will be roughly
pushback,
2 hours.
and I'll be
Now
a
that
bit
the cabin doors
quiet
are closed, please
now
make sure that all
for
devices are in
just to
airplane
get this
mode and your
working
large
correctly.
devices are now
At least
shut
this one
down
seems to
and
work,
stowed.
that's nice.
Please fasten your seatbelt and make sure that all trays
So that's pretty cool.
for departure. Cabin crew, prepare
Let's
cabin
try
for
to shut
departure.
the ground power. Yeah, it worked. Perfect. And where is the guy now? Oh, he's
Ground to flight deck.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Communication check. Please confirm the brakes are set.
Parking brakes set.
Thanks.
We are ready for pushback and engine start facing west. Let's do it like that.
Roger. Facing west.
Okay.
Release brakes.
Let's look quickly. Looking good. Parking brakes released.
Pushing back.
Let's wait that we get the engine start clearance. Bit funny with the Ryanair, and then you have the Aer Lingus logo here. Good that we have all these people helping.
Go ahead, flight deck.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct
You are
your
cleared behind
attention
and you
to
start your
the
engines
screen
at your discretion.
Okay.
Thank you for flying
So
with
let's
us.
start engine number 2. Looking good. We can go and push this up to idle. I don't think there is any. Yeah, there's no start or idle switch in that. There we go. Engine number 2 starting. And engine number 2 is stabilized. Starting engine number 1. It's also looking good. Switch.
We're now going to explain the emergency procedures on this British Airways aircraft. The captain
Pushback
and crew
complete.
are here for
Set
your
parking
safety.
brakes, please.
It is
Brakes are
important
set.
to pay attention and follow instructions
Parking brakes set.
carefully. First, check your seatbelt is securely
Roger.
fastened. Insert the metal tag into the buckle and tighten by pulling on the loose end. To unfasten, simply lift up the metal flap on the buckle and pull apart. You'll find the seatbelt sign in the panel above your head. When it's on, you must fasten
You can
your
see some of the
seatbelt.
exterior model here, that's
We'll
nice.
provide extension seatbelts for infants. We
Okay,
suggest
the
you
tow
keep
bar
your
is disconnected
seatbelt
and the equipment
fastened
is
and
clear.
visible
Clear
during
to
our
disconnect.
flight, even when the sign is off. Your life jacket is
Roger,
either beside
have a nice
or
flight.
underneath
Thank
your
you.
seat. To use it,
There we
take it
go.
out
I'm
of the
just gonna kill off
container
their
and place
operation
it
so
over
they
your
don't
head.
hold us up for
Pass
long.
the tapes around your waist
As you can see,
and
yeah, you
tie
can see
them
some of the exterior
securely
model.
in a
That's
double
always
bow
nice.
at your side. Inflate
nice
your
thing.
life jacket when you leave the aircraft.
You can see the wing as
We will
well.
supply
So that's
life cots
nice.
for babies and life jackets for children. In the the unlikely event of the aircraft having to make an
And the
emergency
reason why
landing,
it's actually
you'll be told to take
cool
this
if you have that
protective
is because
brace
if you had
position.
like lights
For
or
when
something, you
seated
know, they
facing
could be like
rearwards in
connected
Club World,
also.
you must adopt
So you
this
do see
position.
them from like the inside
We will
model.
now explain
I think I
how
had a
to
flight
leave the
recently
aircraft
where I
in
was
an emergency.
wondering why I
Move
couldn't see the
quickly to the
lights.
closest usable exit,
I think it was the i5
taking
Max,
nothing with
and that's
you.
because of course the
High heel shoes must be
exterior
taken
model
off as
wasn't
they
at
may
all
tear the
modeled from the
evacuation
interior.
slide.
And
Emergency
then I
lighting,
guess that
including
also
floor
is
level lighting,
includes
will
the
help you
lights.
find your way to the
So let's see,
exits.
Gen
These
1,
are clearly
Gen 2 and
signed.
Gen 1 going on. Gasper fan,
There are two
the
exits at the
packs,
rear of the aircraft
let me go
and
to
two at the
auto,
front of each cabin
APU,
section. Your
we
crew
can
will
shut
now
that.
point out the exits nearest to
Pitot
you.
heats goes on, these are already on.
To open the doors, move the handle in
You
the
can keep them
direction
on
of the
low.
red arrow. Opening the doors
Start valve
automatically
can go
inflates
off.
the evacuation slides. The slides
We
can
can
also
shut
be
the
inflated by
APU,
pulling this handle.
taxi and runway turn off lights
Jump onto the slide and
go on, which you can see here that they're lighting up now.
these slides detach to form rafts.
The only
As you leave
sad
the
part is, as you
aircraft,
can see, the
inflate
ground
your life
textures aren't
jacket
the
by
best
pulling
because
the
of
red
the
tag.
AFCA just being
If
for the
necessary,
default
blow into this
Dublin.
mouthpiece to top up the
But I
air.
think this looks much
The
better
life
than
jacket is fitted with
having
a light
nothing.
and a
It was
whistle.
really just the abyss. At least this way we have a
Your
working
oxygen
Dublin
mask is
airport in
behind the
3
panel
version
just
5.
above your head. If
So
the
let's
cabin
zoom
air
in
system
here
should
quickly.
fail, this will be released.
So we're going from
Stay in
runway
your seat and pull
34.
the mask
So
towards
this
you to
one.
open your supply. Please note that the bag does not inflate. Place it over your
So we
mouth
should
and
just
nose
taxi down
and
like
adjust the
that.
bag to secure it. Then breathe normally.
Let's ask for taxi
Do make
clearance.
sure your own mask is correctly fitted before helping
Speedbird
anyone else. In some areas,
4003,
you release the
ready
mask
to
by
taxi.
pulling on this coloured streamer. If you're in a Club World sleeper seat, you may need to reach through the divider
Yeah.
Taxi
screen
to
to
runway
retrieve
3
your
full
mask.
Speedbird
All electronic
4003.
devices, including
Okay,
mobile
we'll do some
phones,
parking
must be
brakes.
switched off,
Let's see
and
how
all
this.
headsets must be removed
Let's start.
whenever the engines are running on the ground.
And I'm also gonna check here because you can switch these and you get different N1 values. So 210 is the REPR we should be aiming for. Flaps should be on 5. I think you only have 1 and then 5. Oh no, you have 2 as well.
Devices can be used once we're airborne. Please check High Life magazine. Take
So
care
same
your
as the other
hand baggage isn't blocking the
737s.
aisles or exits. It must be put under the seat in
Let's
front
see,
of
I
you or in an
feel like you
overhead
need
locker.
quite a lot of
Place
thrust
items
to
in the
get this
locker
one moving.
as they may
Using these old, I guess it's the JTD engines.
Please make sure that your tray table is put away, your
Okay, let's
seat
see
is
more.
upright, and your armrest is down. Please stow
Now
your
we're
individual
starting to
video
taxi.
screen and footstool
Okay,
if
that's
you
good.
have them.
Trim,
Finally,
let's
take
do
a look
around
at the safety
5.
card in
That's
the seat
usually
pocket.
what you get.
If you have any questions, please ask your crew. We hope you have a relaxed and enjoyable flight.
Anything else? Pitch. I guess if you want to hold a specific pitch, you would want to have that selected. Not sure I do. And let's see, here we are, taxiing. You can see the beautiful buildings of the airport behind us. Now let's see, how do we get, can we follow this yellow line? Will it get us to where we want to go? Yes it does, but in a bit of a weird way. We're just gonna cut it off a bit here. The fun part though is that you can kind of fix all of this yourself. The only sad part about that is that it takes time, right? So if you don't have time, then you're out of luck. But yeah, I'm hoping to fix a bit these things, make it a bit more sensible. For example, I'm not sure about these lights. Should they be here like this, or are they part of the AFCAD file, or are they part of the mega airport by Aerosoft? So let's have a look. I do think you do put auto brake on max, right? These were on, so that's fine. Oh, and now we were able, now we stopped. Oh, maybe the auto brake is only for landing purposes. I'm not 100% sure, to be honest. Let's see here, fram door, full open, full 230, sounds like a reasonable landing altitude for EGFF. Okay, let's see. Stu is 113.10. I do think we have that on here, yeah. But we're not getting a signal as of yet, so we might have to fly for a little while. We'll definitely have to make a turn. You can see it here on this one, because we'll be flying direct opposite to where we're flying now. So we'll do I think a right turn will be best. Well, let's see if they give us any instructions, the Prepar3d. They do from time to time. So let's see, here it's working quite well. You get the gate, that's taxi signs, and here we have the runway. Doesn't look super nice, but it works. It's kind of like the default runway, but again, better than having no texture at all. I guess beneath it we have the photoreal. So basically it looked like bad photoreal before you get the working AFCAD on it. But I don't think that's the problem, like the file itself, the AFCAD, but it's like the DDS texture files somehow not loading, somehow set up, maybe like beneath it or something. Okay, we got our tower handoff. Speedbird 4003 ready for takeoff. Okay, maintain runway heading 1,200 feet, 185.
34 squawking 3522, maintain runway heading until above 1,200 feet, then right to 185, Speedbird 4003.
So a right turn actually. Well, actually that's the one I wanted to make, a right turn, right? So that's perfect. Oh, let's see, we're going now on the runway, so we wanna put on these. And we do wanna, let me see if this is okay, yes, it's already on the right one. I should have had that one fixed. Now let me turn on to the right runway. So it's this one, 34, that we are taking off from. There you can see a delta. Is that a 787 or a 767? Let's have a look. Or a A350 maybe. Interesting. I guess they fly long haul from somewhere in the US. Not sure which is, maybe like New York or something. I guess that's quite a common one. Okay, let's see. 210, that's our N1 values. We are otherwise set up. The only thing we don't have is the VOR signal yet. We don't have to worry about that for a while. Everything else seems quite jolly. So let's start our takeoff roll. Now it's a bit of a rolling start, but that should be fine, I think. And let's see, we don't have the V1, or maybe it set it automatically. Oh, keep on the track. It's a bit hard for the takeoffs. V1, rotate. There we go. Positive rate of climb. Gear coming up. My god, it must be the wind. God, I didn't even think of looking at that. I'm just quickly gonna see if we can get that up. Ooh, yeah, the gusts. I mean, look at that. Jesus Christ. Okay. And we're now above, then let's see, 1,200, so we can start turning right. We'll do the runway turn-off lights, put them to off. Let's do climb. Let's decrease a bit.
Flight level 110, speed bird 4003.
Flight level 110.
Approach on 13.
So we are turning to our right. Let's try to capture in speed. Altitude alert. Hopefully we can get above this weather. We do not need the windshield wipers. Okay, let's see. We are turning, but a bit slow. We should be turning much faster. We're still climbing. Let's put this one also. Now we can see the miles. So we do have actually a... Oh, let's make sure we do not drop in vertical speed. So we do actually have a DME. And look at that thing in the clouds. Just realized I didn't ask them to put the seatbelt signs on. 170. They are not. They're just dishing out these climb. Well, I guess that makes sense. Not gonna complain. Let's put this to standard.
Center speed bird 4003, climbing to flight level 170.
Okay, I'm gonna try to trim it out a bit better. Let's see if these ones still 198. We're a bit below what our climb speed should be. Okay, we're getting in the right. So that's good. Let's continue. You can see it here. We are kind of soon. Oh, now we're again dropping in altitude. Not good. I need to get that. Oh, yeah, and now we, because of the drop, we kind of sped up as well, above 250 knots. So let's see now. Let's get up to 10,000. We can turn a bit more. We don't need to turn crazy much. Don't want to increase that bank angle too much. Now we're above 10,000. We will remove these lights. Guess we're also in thunderstorms weather, so that's just perfect. No weather radar as well. Okay, so we have ailerons and that's fine. Now we have the autopilot on. We know what that.
As a reminder, please keep your seatbelt fastened while you're speeding and do not congregate in valleys or near the lavatory.
So let's get this one. Then I think we can set our pitch just by moving the yoke. So we should be able to get a pretty nice. Okay, now we're kind of getting out of the weather, so that's nice. Flight level 170, we're soon at that. So as you can see, it's still looking quite good. I do not think we have everything retracted in terms of flaps and similar. The airplane is handling beautifully. But my god, taking off. I still wonder what the weather was. 130, so we're at least going in the right direction. I mean, we were picking the right runway. But that's a crazy crosswind component. I mean, that would be hard for some planes to land or even take off. Okay, let's see. Still looking good. checking on our recording as well, making sure it's looking good, and it is. Let's see. Okay, so what do we need to do? We can pitch down a bit, get into a nice vertical speed. There we go. We're still climbing. We're not gonna out-climb the atrocious weather though, but we will. I guess we could out-climb it theoretically at least, but we haven't. 210.
210 speed bird 4003.
That's not high enough. My guess is these are almost up to 30,000 feet, some of these tops. But okay, let's not be too picky. Let me see if there's any weather. I checked this also my last flight, but I couldn't find any deviations. There should be one. You can request different altitudes though, so that's nice. Let's see. Okay, still climbing, it's going quite okay. We have about 78, 77 miles, nautical miles to our first VR. You can see it here being tracked. So soon we can change from tracking the heading select to the VR lock. Okay, let's see, we're soon at our altitude. Let's pitch down a bit. Let's have a look actually at windy, because I was looking at it because of this hurricane that's about to hit the US, and you can see here that yeah, we do have some crazy winds here. So actually that's not very good. And then here you can see the hurricane. Imagine how crazy it must be in there. Maybe I'll try to go there and fly a bit in the sim, you know, just to see how the weather is depicted with Rex. It's totally intense on the graphic card though, so it might not be the best. Let's see what our cruise speed should be. 185. We can, I think, already start to decrease our, because we are going really fast now. Oh no, it's that one. No, I don't want that sound. Sorry guys, I'm just quickly gonna save us from having to hear. Don't know why that doesn't save. Okay, we're soon at our altitude, and then we can go altitude hold. Is that turbulence maybe? Like a turbulence setting? Some sort of dampener in relation to turbulence maybe? But I'm not sure. Let's see, so altitude hold. And let's decrease thrust. And let's go to VR lock at the same time. And let's see if this one, we're supposed to be tracking 153. Oh, look at that. You can see that there's turbulence here, and now you can put down the active sky settings for turbulence because of them being like crazy. But yeah, we can't really let our passengers better seatbelt signs go off. This is just too crazy. Oh, we need to decrease our speed quite a bit actually. 'Cause we're gonna be over speeding pretty soon otherwise. I'm gonna do it like that. I think that should be enough. We're going down to like 170. I don't think though there is any. Let me have a look though, because I got interested. It was a while since I checked my old video. Yeah, there's no engines on the exterior, so that's a bit sad. But you only have the twin tips. There is though some of the interior, right? I think this is pretty nice interior for being P3D. I mean, of course, not the best, but I mean, at least you get some. Here you can see though that it's an old model. It's not really the best details on the engine. I was trying to look if I could get the Captain Sim 707 to work in P3D version 5, but that's gonna be a hard one. But that one looked, I mean, because I got the exterior model to open, and that one looked amazing in P3 version 5. So that's a really high level model. God, it's the game is really. Let's pull down a bit on the. Yeah, I'm not getting a lot of FPS now. It's because of this weather. We're probably like right in the middle of the. We're almost over speeding, so that's. But yeah, it's just this is the only thing about the Rex that I'm not a big fan of, is that they're. I mean, when you have the storms, it's just crazy. It's like Active Sky could render them. They didn't look anywhere near as good, but like at least in FPS they were a bit manageable. Okay, let's get down to 165 maybe. We'll soon anyway have to descend, so. Okay, so let's have a look here while we wait. We're going to Stew, then to Beacon, and you'll here be able to see that we have our airport and we're doing 3-0, so we're doing the nice over the water approach. We have Cardiff here somewhere, if I'm not mistaken. Here, maybe. It was a while since I was in Cardiff. Really interesting city. Very British, or I guess Wales. It is, I guess, a Wales city, but like in the kind of stereotypical how you would consider like a UK city. But it had its charm. It had some nice Brazilian place. And that's the one place I remember at least. And these one, what is these flaps? Do they say kind of... Oh, at what weight it can be? Is that what it's talking about? Or is it... Yeah, I'm not sure about that gauge, what it's actually meant to be doing. Let's see, our next one, Beacon, is 117.45. Yeah, the clouds look really pretty, but my god, they're taxing on the system. And the GPU also. I mean, that's good. So I have a 390, but I mean, the fact that they can punish the 390 that hard, yeah, that's a bit worrisome. Okay, so we'll be turning in about 20 nautical miles. Then we're doing a track of 103. So we can already put this one on 103.
Contact center on 118.77 speed bird 4003.
Oh, I forgot to try the fire test, but I don't think that one works actually. That's a bit sad. It's a good model otherwise, this aircraft. Let's see, can you hide these? Oh, it's kind of sufficiently hidden. Let's see, we can put that on lock. Why don't I have the... Maybe I forgot to set on the... Let me have a look now. We should have a... Or maybe that's the flight director, that little orange thing, right?
Contact center on 118.77 speed bird 4003.
There should be like a specific... that's just the brightness. Let's keep it on bright. Now we should be turning in 10 nautical miles. So that's pretty soon. And let's see, it was... We can actually what we should do is keep the heading at the one we are. Because what we can then do is if we switch now to heading, then we can set our new waypoint, which is 1745.
Contact center on
So there we go.
118.77 speed bird 4003.
And then change our course to 103, so we can start to see a bit kinda how soon we should be turning. So we should already be turning a bit. Let's do 130. Oh my god, it almost looked like we were dropping out of the sky, but it's just because of the the cloud being so goddamn tall. It really shows, like, even in a game you can get like this I guess hallucinations in a way. Like where you're thinking you're seeing something totally different than what you're seeing. It has a better word than hallucinations, but I can't figure that one out now. Let's see, continue turning. What we can do is we can go back to VR lock. And what we should do is try to see if we can get this flight director on. Where would that be? Normal. I'm 100% certain there's a flight director somewhere.
Contact center on 118.77 speed bird 4003.
Contact center on 118.77. Why am I having so many issues with the comms now?
Contact center on 118. Contact center speed bird 4003 to flight level 210.
Yeah, I'm not really sure about why my... Like, it's really acting up, this Prepar3d. It almost makes me want to... I know there's a new version being released, or has been released, that I should have a look at, because... yeah, I'm not a big fan of it being... It's been really buggy these last few times I've been flying. I'm trying to figure out if, like, maybe the settings are wrong. Oh yeah, I can remove that. Prepar3d doesn't need to provide 80s. That's nice. Co-pilot options, yeah, changes frequencies, all of that. Doing that. Yes, please do that. Okay, Prepar3d, we can close that configurator. Oh, are we on the right channel still? Nope. Because I'm gonna start descending now. Oh, not crazy, not too crazy. We're gonna do... I don't think there's a descent one. So let's just go almost fully to idle. Let's descend a bit less crazy, like 2000. We are assigned to 177. Right, that makes sense.
Contact center on 118.7, center speed bird 4003, descending to flight level 150.
Okay, we're descending to 150. Okay, that's good. So we finally started getting some of these. I should just change the frequencies myself. Maybe that's what it's telling me to do. You need to do it yourself, basically. Okay, we are descending. Oh, sorry. Now I've been messing with my the VR lock. It was God, I was moving that one as well. Okay, we're still on the right frequency. We're still descending. That's good. We can start to arrest our descent a bit. Feel like we are really getting a lot of speed by just descending a bit, but look at this weather. I'm trying to see where my computer is going. I mean, Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's why it's frying my computer. Good stuff. Should be clearing up now though, because we're getting kind of out of that weather. Okay, let's see. Let's add some throttle so we don't get caught with our, get caught with our pants down. Okay, we are kind of getting towards our airport now. Let's check a bit in terms of altimeter. 986 MV. Writing it on my whiteboard. Because we don't have any FB with this. Heading 085.
Heading 085, speed bird 4003, heading 085, speed bird 4003, descend to flight level 150, speed bird 4003, resume navigation, speed bird 4003, descend to flight level 090, speed bird
Okay, 090. God.
speed bird 4003.
Okay, we've been assigned a new and it changed by itself.
Approach speed bird
Great, that's good, see?
4003, descending to flight
So maybe it's just some of these that get a bit... But we haven't gotten vectored yet. So that, but that makes sense actually, because we have been basically just been receiving these we've been receiving like navigation back to our, so we can track the central line, or not the central line, the flight plan. So let's see here, ILS, runway 30, what's our category 1, that's 378, is our decision height. 3, 5, 6, there's about 378. We can probably deploy a bit of spoilers or speed brakes, just to kinda arrest, you can see that. Sorry about that, a bit of lag. You can see them moving here. Not the best looking effects there, but I'll cut it some slack since it's not a P3D version 5 model, and I think the plane still looks very nice. Even considering that. Okay, let's see. So we're losing more speed now, and the vertical speed is kind of the same. We have put in our minimum. The transition altitude is 6,000. Let's write that down. 6,000 TA. In terms of ILS, that's 110.7 297 course. Well, at least when this old chart was released. Looks like this, right? So it's a bit of an oldie. Anything else we need to check? Missed approach, climb straight ahead. Yeah, okay. And then we're turning back to CDF at 3,000 feet. That makes sense. Let's now bring back. Oh, heading let me see, heading 085. Because we do seem to have now received a. It actually seems to be vectored in, but for some reason, let me see if I.
Contact approach on 119.15 speed bird 4003.
Let's start ascent a bit. Okay, we're now switching back.
Approach speed bird 4003 descending to 4,000 feet.
4,000 feet, okay. This is not the best with Prepar3d. Actually, I've had a lot of problems around the UK for some reason. Works quite well elsewhere. Okay, we need 10,000 feet, which means we can put on our landing lights. I think we can still keep the speed brake. We won't have to, or maybe we don't need to actually. I'm gonna remove that. Save us some fuel. Or I guess it wouldn't have made a difference if we have no thrust. We're only on idle thrust. In terms of auto brake, let's do medium. In terms of actually landing this aircraft at EGFF, that's some crazy winds at 260. Yeah, there will be some crosswind. Let's see how this landing will go. We'll have to crab, 100%. We will have to crab. In terms of the VOR, we can set that in, and then we can set the course as well, which should be 297 if I'm not mistaken. 29. Now I'm jumping a bit. Let's see, let's go down. Like that. And we're still not getting any vectoring really. I mean, we're totally off you can see it here kinda, right? This just magically appeared, and then we should be following that. We're descending to 4,000 feet, so that's fine. We're above the hilly area, or the hilly area of Cardiff. But, or we're not above it, but we're kind of at the end of it now. So we should be fine. It's not gonna be reaching that high. Let's see if there's any other things we need to do. I think it's fine. APU maximum operating altitude 35,000 feet, interesting. I guess if you then needed the APU for some engine failure, you would have to descend a bit. If you're above 35,000 feet, so to say. Let's see, are we even using those centrifugal pumps? what the fuel quantity is. Interesting. Yeah, it's still 0. Okay, still looking kind of good. We can a bit arrest our descent. Give a bit of thrust. We can here also activate the approach, since we're quite soon there. We'll go like this. Activate. Let me see. That didn't do too much, so I'm wondering if we can. Here we go. Activate vectors to final. That's for the CE. Back. It kind of controls this one as well, funnily enough. There we go. 1600. I'm gonna assume we can descend. Oh, now we're really going too fast. Let me put in some speed brakes, because we will need to be turning quite soon actually. Now we don't have any visual cues either, right? So that's gonna be, we need to turn quite drastically as well. So we can really go almost kind of 0 with that. With the thrust lever, or levers in plural. My god, it's delayed. This but they got their descent clearance to 1600, but I'm just gonna close pilot to ADC because it's really not helping now. It's just getting us more confused, unfortunately. And let's see, now we're kinda on the track. It's raining, so we do need, you can see the water droplets. So let's put that on low. I don't think we need to have it on high. We're now, we need 200 knots. So let's arrest our descent rate a bit. I think we'll need to do like an ILS very low actually. So let's put on the VOR localizer just to get us turning a bit more to the left. Not too crazy, I think. Now let's have that turn to the right. Oh, I hate this goddamn. It's really dumb for some reason. It's like, yeah, okay, so we're gonna follow the VR. We go straight to the left, and then it will start this ping pong. Okay, let's see now. We need to add thrust, because we're gonna stall otherwise. We're gonna go flaps 5. And let's have a look. We should be at 1000. We need to descend. We should be at 1600. Now I have no clue what it's trying to accomplish. There we can see the airport. So let's have a look and see what this one is. My god. Yeah, I'm not sure why this localizer is so bad with the Milviz one. I mean, it works quite well when you're flying the non-ILSs. But then immediately when you fly the ILS, it just goes. Okay, I'm gonna remove the autopilot because we don't want to be climbing either. for some reason we're just gonna do let's say that we did a bit of a holding pattern. God, we can't be descending that quickly. Yeah, we are below glide slope, that's pretty sure it's certain. Let's try to put the... Let's try to actually go back on the autopilot. I'm actually gonna force this one down, and we're gonna go back on the heading select. And let's see if we can now... Let's have a look. Oh, so the trim is quite low already. But the speed is ridiculous, look at that. I know they had some issues with this plane getting into Prepar3d version 4. Basically, you know, they didn't fix a couple of bugs and that sort of stuff. You know, that's why we didn't get the FMCs, the nicer glare shield autopilot, the updated version. So that's always a bit annoying. I'm hoping that's not the reason for the bad performance now, but I can't rule that out, of course. Of course, it could also be me kind of activating the localizer, but it shouldn't do that crazy. That's the problem I still have. It's, I mean, well, maybe it is that stupid. That is the risk, right? Okay, let's see. We don't want to be descending further down, because we're quite close to the end of the little. You can see here, we're not above water. I think they're quite, well, not steep, but there's some hills here. Okay, let's see now. Are we turning with the... We didn't turn quick enough, that's the problem. But we get another chance now to kinda get back on the... So that's the one, we want to follow that so we can land. So let's be a bit crazy now at first. I mean, thank God we have the GTN for this, because otherwise I would be ping-ponging around. You can see we're 10 nautical miles, so we're not far from the airport. And I'm gonna go on altitude hold, because I don't want us to be dropping down and up and down and up. Yes, we are below glide slope, that's fine. Some ways expected. Let's check now. 110.0, yes, that's correct. Course is correct. 297. Oh yeah, altimeter 9. That was like 998, right? So we are way too low. Let me just check. 986 was the altimeter, so even lower. 9. Yeah, we were. That's probably something that didn't help the autopilot. We were basically almost at sea level. Jesus Christ. That's one way to get the... Okay, so we should soon be able to see the airport. I deployed the landing gear. I'm just gonna take controls now. There we can see the airport and we are totally off. That kind of explains why we've had issues doing this approach. So we were like super low. And as much as I want to avoid it, I don't think we can really do an approach like this with this weather, so we are actually gonna go back on the autopilot. We're gonna do another go here. We should be fine. But there's the airport, right? Yeah, we need to get up on the right level and do this in time. We can't be winging this. That's just gonna end badly. I don't think it's raining anymore, so we can do that to off. We can park those wipers as well. So yeah, thank God there was doesn't seem to have been too much, or maybe it is raining actually. We'll keep them on just to be safe. But look at that speed, it's like it doesn't want to stop once it's starting to, and I mean I didn't really put that much trust in, then it just goes crazy. Yeah, so some things aren't working the best. That's an unfortunate fact. So let's start our turn. We'll just do a bit of a crazy turn here. Let's see how it goes. Okay, we are turning, albeit very slowly. I'm gonna remove the speed brake again. Let's see. How can we be gaining speed? We're applying almost no thrust. We're applying no thrust. I mean, we don't have that much trouble. We're not descending, or it's almost like we're gliding according to it. Are we turning? There we go. I think heading select probably wasn't on. So let's see if we can turn all the way. I mean, these old autopilots aren't the most reliable, so you're always fighting that as well. So let's see. This is a bit of a dangerous thing to do, right? We're going above land. I'm not sure what the clearance is here to the ground. It's probably not that high since it's close to water, but you know the British coastline, right? It has these huge differences from the water level up to the ridge kind of thing. Okay, so we are already past. Aren't we past the course that we should be? Maybe I messed up the... Oh no, we are not, sorry, that's the... There we are, good. We can continue straight now for a bit. I thought we were turning much steeper than... Let's actually turn a bit to the right so we get a bit of a better angle that we can come in from. And look at that speed. For some reason it's not... The approaches are quite hard with this one. Basically gonna go to 0 with the thrust. That should hopefully kill it off. But yeah, managing speed with this one isn't easy. Now let's have a look now. Okay, it's looking fine. We can now start turning a bit. And we are now, I mean, we should be around 200 knots, because these kind of tight turns and operation, you can't really do them at these speeds. It's just going to be overshooting basically all the time. Let's do that. Let's use the speed brake a bit, see if that can kind of get us to... Okay, we're getting down now. Gonna use the flaps as well. Let's see. At least the Captain Sim version doesn't have these issues, so that's benefit. Okay, and now try auto approach. Let's see if it can it actually do this, or no, it doesn't seem to want to. The VR Warlock is... It doesn't either want to do it, I don't get it. My god. Okay, so what we'll do instead is we'll try to fly this somewhat manually. I'm not sure why we're not getting these. So if we're doing manual glide slope, that's fine. We're very... I need to go a bit to the right. Okay, autopilot, that should be off. So heading mode is off. Let's see if that helps. Ah, it's not gonna... We're not gonna get that to work. It's likely that we're flying one of these Jurassics, because with this low speed we would be at risk of stalling otherwise. There we have the airport, right? We can't really see it because of the weather. I was hoping to use the, not the auto land, but the kind of the ILS to guide us in. I guess we can do it manually, but it's just gonna be much more difficult. Let's put the runway turn off lights on. See if we can do this. We're a bit to the left now of the... There we have the runway. Sometimes these are the moments I hate the most with flight sim, and sometimes these are the moments I like the most. So you do get to try to think outside the box a bit. Yeah, I'm still not buying. Okay, so we're still a bit. Let's put that on. I'm trying to wonder what could have caused the problems I had. You know, maybe I didn't, you know, press something. That could be it. You know, let's give the aircraft the benefit of the doubt. Oh, look at that! It's not really tracking the ILS signal. It's like it's not getting it. That could explain the issues we've been having. I mean, look how high we are. I mean, I've been following a non-existent glide slope, basically. I mean, the only reason why I'm now kind of getting down is because I'm really forcing it. I mean, this is not a stable approach. Don't let anyone fool you about that. This is a totally illegal approach. I would get fired from an airline if I did this, but let's see if we can get this airplane down. Look at that. Yeah, that's why you don't do those kind of landings. But hey, every landing is a good landing. But okay, now I'm interested in, so why wasn't we getting, why weren't we getting the glide slope?
Ladies
Now I
and
want to
gentlemen,
go
we
and
have reached our destination. So look
tweak and see if we can
Celsius.
fix
You
that
can now take your
somehow.
mobile seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt
Let me
sign
see
is
if I
turned off.
can.
Remember to use caution when opening the overhead bins, as items may have been shifted during the flight. We thank you for flying with us, and
Oh,
we hope
is
to
it
see you
because
again.
there we go. Now we don't have the speed brakes armed. But yeah, I'm still wondering about the flight director. Maybe that's connected to it. Maybe not the flight director, but they're still kind of satisfied, the passengers. We didn't kill them, so I guess they're happy in that sense. But yeah, I'm not sure actually. Now I'm worried that maybe this one is messing with it. Basically that the GTN is trying to control it, and the autopilot on this airplane is trying to control it, and we get like dual inputs. That could be it, but I'm not sure either about that. Let me see. Connect GPS to HSI. That's the autopilot. Connect GPS. Okay, maybe we can not connect it to the autopilot. Maybe that's the problem, right? So I disconnected it now. You couldn't see, but you have this setting, like you do shift and right click. You get this kind of settings where you can choose the kind of options and stuff. So I've tried now to not have that connected. So it could be that that kind of fixes it, but yeah, I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to do some testing after this, see what's causing the issue. You would still, even if it would be dual input, you would still think that they're kind of going for the same thing, and then they wouldn't be messing about. Like this one wanted to go the opposite direction, basically as if the course was on the opposite end. Flight director is on VOR lock. Oh, so the flight director doesn't want to change. For some reason that one is stuck. Well, that doesn't help. How the hell are we supposed to fly with the flight director if it's only connected to VOR lock? Glide slope go around. Then you almost want to keep it off. But oh well. Let's park here at the beautiful Cardiff airport. Well, beautiful might be overstating it, but the workable Cardiff airport, the reasonable Cardiff airport. We'll just do 17, I think. Let's do British Airways. I'm not sure if I have a profile for this one, but looks like they placed themselves relatively okay. Okay, let's see. Slow down, slow down. Yeah, we need to put on the APU as well. Luckily this one has the speedy APU. Let's see, that should give us enough speed. Bit of an overkill, but that will do. He's not too happy. But I can't go too much further. I think this is the end of the line. Yeah, I'm gonna cut the engines. But first I just want to make sure that the APU generators are up and about, which they do seem to be. We don't want to close, we want to open that. And now we can shut the engines. Should also put on the taxi lights and close the landing lights, but I was too focused on what could be wrong. Let's see if there's any more settings here. Could be interesting for you guys. You would think it's one of these connections, right? V-lock source, nav, avionics, nah. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be related to that. Let me see, I'm gonna do seatbelt signs off. I'm gonna open the door. Now we got deboarding. Okay, 164 landing rate. That was pretty good. I didn't show you now, but let's see if I can still show it. Might have closed the flight. Here, view records. View, yeah, 164. So, pretty nice. Not the best I've had, but not the worst either. Now I want to see the landing though, because that was atrocious. 400 maybe. We need more. We need to go further back. 500. 500 was a bit too far back. 455 should be a good compromise. Yeah, you can see that through work, looking pretty nice. Oh, really nice to be honest. Okay, here we are coming a bit from the right, kind of at the center line. My guess is we are touching down with one. Or maybe we're not even flaring. Let's see. Now we do flare. We touch down. Oh, but then we start kind of... Yeah, not really sure actually what happened. It looked better on camera now than it felt once while I was driving it. But okay. That's it is what it is. Well, that was a hectic flight. Hopefully you did enjoy the video, even though it was... let me see if I can get this speed brake off. Yeah. But yeah, hopefully you did enjoy this video, even though it was a bit of a... what would you say? Failure, in the sense that the landing was a bit up and about and that I couldn't get the glide slope to work at all. I'm gonna have to do some testing. I might actually close this video now and then do some testing. But yeah, hopefully you at least enjoyed the video, and if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to reach out or to, yeah, I guess what's what I normally say, comment or send a question by PM. But yeah, thank you guys. Have a good rest of the day. Bye bye.